Heyo everyone, it's Draco Saxophone here, formerly known as YugiBot, and today I've got you with a post-ban list version of 60 card Infernoid. So let's just get right into this. So we're first going to start off with the monsters. So first off, you start out with 3 Decatron. This card is obviously overall one of the best Infernoid monsters of all time. Being level 1, you could summon him with 1-for-1. He's a tuner, and he can get any of your Infernoids into the graveyard with his effect. Next up we play 1 Infernoid Permice. This card you barely see just because you're playing one of, but the ability to essentially be Night Beam and shuffle one of your opponent's set, spell, and trap cards back into the deck without them being able to activate it is pretty good. Next up we play Double Antra. This is just some good removal if something can't be destroyed by battle by card effects like Beals, but now it's kind of a bit outdated, which is why you're not seeing it as at 3 instead of Harmonic, who you do play as 3, which is just, simple monster destruction. Next up is 3 Patrulia. Spell Trap Destruction. Always good. Then you play 1 Infernoid Jet. You only use this card because of one of the trap cards that appears later on in the profile, but essentially you can use this trap card called Void Feast to summon him and then 2 Decatrons from your deck, which is, as you know, very good because, hey, Decatron can then steal the ability of the one that you sent, so now you just have this amazing field just with 1 trap card. Next up we play 3 Infernoid Satsmas. Non-targeting removal is always good. Then we play 2 Infernoid Atondel. Instead of playing 3, I just use Satsmas just because it's the non-targeting removal. Atondel's always good just because it's a solid 2800 beat stick. Next up we have double Infernoid Deviati. Destroy all spell and trap cards on the field that aren't void, and it has monster negation, which is just insane. And then you're pairing that up with Infernoid Denunku, who is the monster destruction and spell trap negation. So both are incredibly good cards that you could use Decatron's effect to send to the graveyard, and then they have their effects. It's really good. So besides the Infernoid monsters, I also play 5 non-Infernoid monsters. So currently I play 3 Fairy Tale Snow. In any 60 card variant, you're always going to be seeing 3 Snow, or even 2 Snow, just because it's incredibly good, because you get all these cards to the graveyard, then not even once per turn, but during either player's turn, you can summon it by banishing 7 cards from your hand side of the field or graveyard to summon her, and she's just a Book of Moon, which is always good. Besides even being a level 4, then we play 2 Volcanic Queens. Currently they're just proxies, but I'm using Volcanic Queen over Kaiju right now just because Volcanic Queen has the same summoning conditions, or cost really, as the Infernoids, where she can't be normal summoned or set, and must be special summoned a certain way, so if you activate Reasoning, she isn't affected by it, so she goes to the graveyard, allowing you to get your Decatrons on the field. Onto the spells. I play 1 Reasoning and 1 Monster Gate. These 2 cards are insane in Infernoid, just, send whatever you want to the graveyard, essentially. Just a mass amount, especially in a 60 card variant, that just essentially fuels up for Snow. It's great. 1 1-for-1, just for summoning Decatron from your deck. Book of Moon. This is mostly just for any problem cards that can appear, or if something's really, aggressive and you need a defensive play. This is one of the few decent defensive plays this deck really has, or just really for a disruptive card, and I generally like it. Then we have 1 Burial from a Different Dimension. This is just so you can reuse Deviati's summoning in case if it's destroyed, because you get to target 3 of your banished monsters and return them to your graveyard. Then we play 1 Upstart Goblin, so you're playing a 59 card deck instead of 60. 1 Future Fusion. This card is insane. I'll tell you about later once we get to the extra deck, but essentially just think about sending as many Infernoids as you want from the deck to the grave. It's great. Then we play one Raigeki and double Dark Hole. I mean, that's just some supreme monster destruction. Just get him out of here. Two Void Seer. This is just so your Infernoids are unaffected by anything, and it's honestly just really good, but I only play 2 because I'd rather not play 3 because that might be a bit cloggy because you want to get as much as you want to the graveyard still. Then I play 2 Contract with Dawn 1000. Now this card is generally a card that I really like. Like, I really like it. I see it as a really good card. If you really want to know details about it, check out one of the previous videos that I made, just going in depth about it. Next up we have Double Twin Twister. I'm trying to get a 3rd copy, maybe even a Galaxy Cyclone, just because, you know, sending it to the graveyard, but, you know, getting rid of spell and trap cards are always great. Next up we play triple Void Imagination. This is essentially like a Future Fusion. You're able to just summon one of your extra deck monsters by sending a crap load of Infernoids from your deck to your graveyard. At the moment, you can play 3, but if the meta ever changes where it's more focused on non-extra deck, like it becomes more of like a Monarch format, you might want to bump this down to 2, because its other effect, where all Infernoids on your side of the field become level 1, is also still really good. Next up we play triple Void Vanishment. This card you always need 3 of. This searches for any Void spell trap card, which is always really good because you can get Imagination, you can get Feast, and that just allows you to combo. Next up we have triple Left Arm Offering. This searches for any of your spell cards. I don't really need to say much else. Next up we have triple Grass is Greener. Now, I did say that this was a post-ban list, so technically 2 of these are going to just become Pot of Desires, so I'm really playing 1 Lawn Mowing and double Pot of Desires. This is just so you know you have your extra draw power. Lawn Mowing being hit to 1 is sad and all, but I can understand. But, I mean, with Infernoids you already have so many mill cards as is, you can really play around it. Onto the traps, we play triple Void Feast. Amazing card. Just essentially send one of your Void spell and trap cards from your hand or side of the field to the graveyard, and summon Infernoid monsters from your deck, whose total levels equal 8. So you can summon out 1 Atondal, or you can summon out Satesmas and Decatron, since that equals 8, or as I said before, Jet and 2 Decatrons, because that also equals 8. And then finally, in lieu of playing a 60-card deck, we play 2 Lost Winds, a really good defensive card, a really good just disruptor card as well. We're able to stop a lot of your opponent's plays before they even happen. So that's the main deck, 60 cards, obviously. So now onto the extra deck. So, for Fusion Monsters, I just play double Tierra. Now, Tierra is really only there as a Future Fusion or Imagination target. Because with Future Fusion, you reveal Tierra, and you just send a crap load of Infernoid monsters because it requires Deviati, Anunku, and 1 or more Infernoid monsters. Its effects aren't really that good until Entis comes out, because one of its effects is send like 3 extra deck monsters, or monsters from your extra deck to the graveyard. This doesn't really matter at the moment until Entis comes out, because when that card, which is a fusion monster, is sent to the graveyard, you can destroy 1 card in the field. So you would summon 1, send 3 Entis, and then destroy 3 cards. It's really good. Onto the Synchro Monsters, I play 1 Trishula, and I mean, it's Trishula, you know? It's a really good card. I love it. Just, you know, banish, banish, banish. That's it. I play 1 Omega. I like Omega at 1. I'm not going to play 2 of them. I just don't really see the need because he can just bring himself back anyways. I also play 1 Starlight. You know, just get rid of everything. It's just essentially another Raigeki or Dark Hole. And, you know, the burn damage is also nice. I play 1 Clearwing. This I'm probably going to replace in the future with something. But protecting your Deviatis, Atondal, Satesmas from any, you know, card effects at target is also really good. I play 1 Black Rose. Gets rid of everything. Play 1 Scrap Archfiend. Since it's not an effect monster, you aren't restricted by the summonings of your Infernoid monster, so you can have this on the field and 2 Atondals, which always helps. I play 1 Gaia Knight, which same rules apply. Onto the extra deck monsters, I play 1 Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon. Now, I only use this card. Really, I mean, you know, taking control of a monster is always nice, maybe if you want to tribute it for an Infernoid monster's effect. But I mostly use it just to get out Full Armor, who is you can just use any Galaxy Eyes monster as the Exceed material, who has 4,000 attack and can once per turn destroy a card. I then also play Titanic Dragon, Titanic Galaxy. You know, spell negation. That's always good. I then play a Red Eyes Flare Metal, because he can't be destroyed by card effects, and it's a good burn card. I also play 1 Dracosac. There's a reason my name is Draco Saxophone. Dracosac is just such a good card. I used him in the Mecha Beast deck. You know, not even Elemental Dragon, just the archetype he was part of. And even now, he's still a really good card because he has protection from battling card effects, and he can destroy a card. It's really good. And finally, we have 1 Cassel, the Skyblaster Musketeer, because, I mean, you're bound to get at least 2 level 4s on the field because of snow. So, having at least just 1 good removal is also very helpful. So, that is the deck. If you have any suggestions of any other deck profiles, feel free to ask. Alright, that's the end of the video. I guess I'll be seeing you guys later.